Kia ora everyone, back again here for some more LEGO Jurassic sets, and this here is set 76949, the Giganotosaurus and Therizinosaurus Attack. Good lord, what a mouthful for the younger builders. The set here released as part of the third and final film for that Jurassic World trilogy, although technically the new one is still called Jurassic World, so I guess it's 4 movies now. This here released in 2022 with 810 pieces in total, 6 minifigures, which, get this, only one of these is actually exclusive to this set. The 2 dinos though are the amazing special inclusions, and they are very cool toys. This retailed back in the day for the price of $140 USD before tax. Just brutal. Here in the NZ translation we had around a $230 to $250 price point. I don't really recall, pretty standard for us though, as rough as that sounds. And currently in the aftermarket space this appears to be valued for $205 NZD sealed or $137 NZD in second-hand condition. Honestly, it seems like a lot of these recent Jurassic World sets released in the 2020s aren't nearly as highly valued compared to the first dino sets from 2015. The set overview here features everything that I have said makes the identity of the LEGO Jurassic line for me. We've got some dinosaurs, we've got some vehicles, and we have a laboratory. I'll start out with these vehicles here first, which are very simple builds of an ATV and a helicopter. What's cool about the vehicles is that the playset actually does include some storage spaces for both of these. That little buggy fits in the garage section here, and the copter fits on the landing pad. As far as buggies go, I think it's the same design from tons of other LEGO sets. LEGO just really nailed this that one time, so there's no need to improve it. This thing includes a little bit of storage space there for some tools and such, as seen here with that pickaxe. The helicopter is really nice. I personally love the design of having these wing-like sections clipped at the top there and just resting by the engines. Really cool design to help stand out compared to some other helicopters in other LEGO themes. And the color scheme's pretty cool too. I felt that it was different from other Jurassic lines, even if the design is also at the same time a generic choice that fits in with, say, LEGO City. You've got some stickers here of Biosyn, which was the big new evil corporate company of this movie. It kind of looks like the same aesthetic as the Oscorp stuff in the Amazing Spider-Man movies. The helicopter there has an easy entry point, and we see a minifigure there with some control switches. There are 2 doors here that open up to reveal a small crate thing inside. The cargo there has a control switch and a syringe in yellow. The Jurassic line really does love throwing in a couple of syringes in their sets. This storage space would not be nearly enough room for a minifig, and these vehicle builds here are just enough to scratch that itch for vehicle elements for me, the more appealing inclusions being the actual facility and the dinos. The lab here comes with 2 builds, a watchtower first and then the HQ building itself. The tower is the first thing that you build here. It's pretty basic in all honesty, with some jungle elements there at the bottom to help fit in with that scene, 2 basic structured beams there for helping with the height of the tower, and the tower itself features a balcony with a decent amount of space there for your minifigs, plus an interior section with some light detailing. We have here a control panel as well, with maybe an intercom or something, and then 2 monitors here with some hard to see sticker details. So removing them from this scene, we can see the watchtower in this one, must be security cam footage, and then the next one shows a dinosaur creeping through the woods. You can see this red switch here underneath the tower. Actually moving this will throw a minifig down, which from memory is something that happens in the movie. I did only see it the one time. It's cool that it takes out the window there as well. Very cool for display, so you can have something like a character fly out of that building, not just the balcony. I will say though, the connection is pretty loose in order to make that play easy. This will regularly collapse on me when I'm moving my set around. As for the most substantial build, this here is the HQ building, and of all the lab builds in the line, it might be one of the few sets where a genuine lab build takes up the majority here. Most of the labs are just very small rooms included in other sets, or they're even smaller inclusions that feature animal pens or something. It's very cool to see a set that seems to be really dedicated to the facility stuff, and I like it a lot too. We've got some cool inclusions there, starting off with this section that shows off some plant life and some walkie-talkies, another Biosyn sticker detail there on the wall. I don't love these plant pieces though. The stud connection is very weak and it breaks away a little too easily if you ask me. Blue windows there used for toys are a must for me. It makes a toy look much more appealing and fun, giving off that Saturday morning cartoon aesthetic that I really like to see. The other side there features some plant elements I've always loved in LEGO sets, and a security camera up top as well, which might be what's filming that station for the watchtower sticker that we looked at earlier. And then you've also got a small tiny garage here, which we did see earlier with the buggy, and this side here shows us a gas pump which is complete with with a nozzle and keypad, and a canister of some kind is there on the ground too. And that's basically the exterior. A lot of LEGO playsets have this design idea of an L shape, which feels like a classic action theme idea. The LEGO Iron Man 3 mansion set was like this too. It feels very nostalgic. The interior here shows some nice details, like it being 2 stories tall, and you've got a lab section below and some sort of an office space directly above. The lab features builds like an incubator with some eggs and a table with another syringe. I've placed Dr. Grant's amber brick accessory there. You've got 2 monitors there by the door, just sciencey lab stuff, another desk there with a microscope, and then a small seat or something that is actually acting as a support brick to help hold your ground plates together, and let me tell you, it does not do a very good job. Upstairs you can see some more display areas for your minifigs, some more screens with dinos on them. It looks like the 2 dinos from this very set. This to me looks like a water cooler and some stored amber that's been collected from those bricks, and then you have a desk here with a coffee cup, a monitor about the amber, as well as a small display behind the desk with a dino bone replica. The roof is nothing special, it's a radar dish and the helipad that we saw with the copter, and of course a couple of plates there just to build out that roof. These 2 builds together make for a decent display piece that works as a pretty great HQ base for all of your scientists or soldiers from any of your LEGO Jurassic sets. But as always, the showstoppers here are your 2 dinos, and my god, these guys are killer. Both of these dinosaurs here are exclusive to this set, and the main molds that make them have yet to have been reused in other sets. Frankly, I'm a little surprised that the value in the aftermarket space isn't so high just for these 2 alone. The Giganotosaurus here is a massive, and I really mean massive, rescale of those T-Rex pieces. The color scheme looks really great, like they look exactly how I would have imagined a dinosaur when I was a kid. Prints all over the body of some scars and some battle damage from fighting it off with some others, the same articulation movement that you want to see from these dinos. The legs move really well, and the little hands too, and the jaw can fully open to fit some minifigures inside. This is the dino scale to a T-Rex, just a general released one. You can see the scale for the legs there using the same piece as one another, so the leg placement seems to be the same, and the arms are the same as well. There is a difference around that tail placement there. The body here extends down a little bit more, so the tail starts later. The biggest difference of course is in the body. The cool new dino features a thicker, longer, newer molded piece. The special elements at play here are these spine-like inclusions. The head is also different from the T-Rex as you can see, but it is actually a reuse. It's from the Indominus Rex head mold, reskinned for the Giganotosaurus here. A closer look at the 2 there to show off the difference in their print, especially the eyes. Really cool unique prints for the 2. And if I film the Indominus from here, you can see the difference in the body between those 2. Very cool dinosaur indeed. As for the Therizinosaurus, I remember this one being one of the more talked about dinos for this release. It was this Jurassic World movie that was finally going to do fur and feathers for the dinosaurs, and this one here features some of that in the printing. Some really crazy stuff going on here, using parts from I believe the Indoraptor from the second movie, a special new head made just for this dino. You can see a little bit of a beak there too. The big inclusion borrowed from the other dinos I believe are the hands, here using some talon-like claws almost as fingers. The hands are borrowed from previous dinos like the Indominus and the Indoraptor, which also had additions to those pieces to be used as fingers. It's great to see 2 very unique looking dinosaurs, and they have a lot of differences between each other in this set too. These 2 obviously contributed very heavily to that price point at release. And your minifigures here are just totally fine. Never in my life have I met anyone who bought a LEGO Jurassic set for the minifigs, except for maybe the ones based on the first movie. We have here a lot of repeats, a lot of genericism, and worst of all, we even have inaccurate inclusions. Once again, this here is Owen Grady. This Chris Pratt figure was released in a whopping 11 sets in total, and that's including small things like magazine polybags and stuff too. If I'm completely honest, this is a very boring character inclusion to me. I usually really like casual clothes for minifigures, but this exact figure was used in the 2019 LEGO releases, so we already had all of this. He does actually have other outfits in the movie too, so to see every single main release for this wave just have the same Owen figure felt like a very lazy inclusion to me. Also, the exact double-sided expression and hairpiece used as well, truly by this point a nothing minifig. Then this here is Claire, and the same goes for her too really. Claire was released in 4 sets for this movie in total, and for 3 of them she looks like this. The same headpiece is used from previous figures, but at the very least Claire does use a different hairpiece in each movie's entry, and the stylization of her is different as well. At least each movie release did feature a different outfit for her. It's the same long hairpiece that's been used for more than a decade at this point though, the same face print as previous Claire figures, so she does have a scared look. I do like her casual torso details, though the flesh printing is a little off compared to the hands and the head. This here is Kayla Watts, who was a brand new character for this movie, and she released in 2 sets in total. I do really like that general printing going on here with the flight jacket and the colors, but the worst aspect of this figure comes with the piece that was used for her hair. They gave her the Black Widow hairpiece and it just doesn't work. I think this set was subject to concept ideas, but LEGO have made really weird choices in the past when it comes to black hair. I'm hoping that this is something that is fixed in the future. She features a double-sided expression of a more determined look. That head print was used in Star Wars and Harry Potter sets, so the only exclusive thing made for her is the jacket. And then we move on to our legacy characters. We start out here first with Dr. Alan Grant. Yeah, Sam Neill, he came back for the bag this time round, and it's not often that I get to cover Kiwis as minifigs. This figure here was intentionally put in the most expensive set of the wave, and then afterwards he released in some magazine book thing, so the value of him dropped to like $7 or something. I actually do really like this minifig. I think the blue torso print is really great and it seems very useful outside this theme. We've gotten used to legacy characters in blockbuster movies over the past decade, but I think the prints here really work for an older Alan. Now my personal beef with LEGO minifigs like this is the lack of a hairpiece used with hats. Sometimes you get a combo piece and sometimes you just don't. Alan Grant in these sets is yet to have a hairpiece attached to his hat. Very frustrating because it would have made for a great hairpiece for Indiana Jones. There is no double-sided print then, the head is exclusive for this character, probably my favorite figure from the set. Then this here is Ellie Sattler, who also returned for this movie. Now she was also included in another set that featured the older Ian Malcolm minifigure. I like her torso print and I do like the face print there, which is funny because they could have just reused the Holdo face realistically. A double-sided expression that does show a bit more concern than fear to me, which is a nice shake-up compared to some other figures there. And we finally end with Dr. Henry Wu. This is a case of a minifigure that is not accurate to the overall design of the movie. I assume it's because he was based on concept art or something, but this design actually looks more appealing to me than what we do see in the movie. Here he's featured with a beard and shorter styled hair. In the movie he is clean shaven like he always has been, with long hair, and he just looks tired and disheveled. His double-sided expression here also shows him smiling with a very sinister intent. This minifigure makes it out like he's going to be the big bad villain of this movie, which is what I assumed was going to happen because of these LEGO sets. It turns out that's not really the case. The instructions here are provided in a big manual. You build your tower first, then your chopper, and then the headquarters. At the back of the manual we have the set all complete, and then we flip over to a page that's all about the dinosaurs. We see a strange mix of colors here, some more darker desaturated tones for the movie dinos here, and then we get this really weird bright green one for the junior set. The next page there shows the sets from this wave. There was a very big emphasis on the market stall here, with 3 sets being dedicated to the illegal market villain character. Honestly, not that great of a wave, only a couple of really strong highlights in this one, like this and the Quetzalcoatl set. We then have the inventory list, followed by the winning man there at the back. In my eyes, this here was the standout release for this movie's weird, strange wave of LEGO sets that I think spent too much time focusing on the wrong thing. The lab to me feels like a complete design compared to some previous releases. Ironic, I know, since it is just half a building. The vehicles here feel like some fun inclusions for the younger builders that don't take too many parts away from the main build, but the dinos here are 2 of the best that I've ever seen in a LEGO Jurassic set. It was a very pricey set at release, yes, but sometimes I forget these dinosaur toys here make some pretty good alternatives to the Mattel toy line, which are genuine action figure type releases, so when you compare these to those, they ultimately make up about $60 to $80 of the price depending on the size and type of set. I think there's a worthwhile argument there about the justification here once you take all of that into account, but as always you should just be waiting for sales anyway. As it stands, this here is my favorite set from that 3rd movie's release, and now I'm ready to take a look at some new sets for the brand new movie, the name of which I always forget every time I try to think about it. It's the 4th Jurassic World movie, what more do you need? If you enjoyed this look at a LEGO Jurassic World set, liking this video here and subscribing to the channel does help to support more videos like this one in the future. Thanks for watching everyone, ka kite anō, take care, and see you all next time.